Hey, are we good? Am I muted? No, we're good. Hello, VOD watchers. Welcome. Yo, what is going on, guys? Aspect Game Out once again in GTNH. Today, I've been expanding the base. So I didn't stream while I was doing because I played very early in the morning and very late at night, so I did not want to bother people. However, we could take a look now. Other updates around the base, there's not that much changed. Some extra autocrafting stuff. I'm trying to work on making these wires in a way that makes sense, which is difficult to do, of course. But we're getting somewhere. The Conqueror, hello, welcome. Yeah, I'm messing with the flooring here. I want to be able to jump down in between still, so I left this little gap. I kind of like it. What I really like, though, is over here. So I have this glass floor, and then in the gaps, wherever I have a wire, I have a half slab, and it kind of has a break in the floor. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm kind of proud of that. Only problem is that the maintenance floor is not finished on this half of the floor. So at some point, it'll look really cool, but whenever I get around to actually finishing that, I have no idea. Hopefully soonish. Probably during the week or next weekend. I won't be around for streams next weekend or recording, so I'll probably do a lot of building. So for now, we're going to be functional and we're going to do recordings and streams. I built a tree farm as well. Nothing really special with this, just a spruce farm. And then it turns off automatically from a subnet. If I have a million spruce logs, it will turn itself off. What else? So I'm working in the B area a bit more. This part of it is still grossly unfinished, but my main idea was to expand the central area. So I want to have all of our automations be towards the back of this, so I dug this out a lot. And then I'm working these pathways. The orange one is growing on me. I don't know how I feel about it, though. I think the black one is too dull. The orange looks kind of weird. I might have to chisel the glass and mess with it that way, but I'm not sold on the patterns for this yet. But I learned about this gel block. It is awesome. I like the black gel a lot. But yeah, the idea here is that we have this huge, like, pit almost. I wanted to look kind of like evil, because I'm, like, low-key, like, enslaving the bees to do my bidding. But, so I have this kind of, like, central platform, these, like, chained platforms to it. That's kind of the idea. And I have all my bees going over here. So I have two setups right now. One, this is just making Certus quartz. This guy is cooking with the industrial apiary. Every minute you'll get, like, 5 Certus. It's a lot that you get. And I've left it running for a couple hours. I only started doing this morning. I already have so much Certus. I've been constantly crafting cables. I should make sure I have more coming as well, actually. What if I said make me 128? And it'll do it. Yeah, it's going really well, basically. And then over here, this is making silk because I need it and people like it. I realized that it's a good thing to stockpile. I stopped running mine after I had like 16 stacks of it, but this is used to make really good backpacks. So some people, that's in demand, so I'm allowing people to use the silk because I am the bee guy now. Brave Burb, hello, welcome. I like that name. But I gotta look at what backpacks are useful. 45 slots is a lot, especially in a backpack like this. Because they can pick up items automatically, which is kind of nice. Yeah, what else do we have here? This is just temporary locations for storage buses on things. I just need proven frames and all of these items into the system. I need to get my machinist bees working again, because I'm going to run out of these at some point and be very upset. Oh, and then also I noticed one thing. I have an alveary sieve upgrade on this. It wasn't working. And the what I ended up figuring out is that you need a tree nearby that is a forestry tree. So normal tree won't work. If you want to turn a normal tree into a forestry tree, just scan it with the tree analyzer, which I'm sure everybody knows a lot about. But anyways, I had this almond tree, so I just threw it down. Now we're stockpiling almond pollen. All right, what else we got going on? This is the great area. I'm enjoying it a lot. And then I'll bust the floor out down below, and we'll keep going down to bedrock if we have to. I want to make it pretty rectangular as well, so we'll keep building out that way, but just ignore it for now. Yeah, I think this would be a really cool room. I gotta move the ruby juice downstairs, too. There's a lot of stuff I gotta do. There's way too much that I gotta do. You expect me to have more viewers as I explain this stuff going on really well. I would too, but you know, I'm just doing it for fun. At some point, the big break will happen. I was even like analyzing it. I'm like, okay, what's the difference between what I'm doing now and what like Threefold was doing like 2 or 3 years ago when he blew up? And really, the answer is I don't upload enough videos. So I'm trying to grind like hell to get a video at least once a week. And I'm getting more efficient, so we'll see. At some point, maybe we'll be there. But there's another new area. I was building this morning. This is going to be our fluid storage room. Again, it's going to be another one that's going to go down to like bedrock if we have to. But the idea here is that we're going to have yo tanks. And this is like a multi-block that not a lot of people actually use. But it is essentially like a scaling multi-block that scales in a late game. And it gives you like giga fluid storage. Like whatever you need, you can get out of that. But yeah, it's not that great in HV. But we'll build it anyways because it's not that expensive, if I remember. Yeah, this is all very doable. So it'll just be a process of me crafting a ton of these. We're going to save it for a little bit later. Because for now, super tanks are good enough. I've also set up our fluid P2P system. Let me get out my... Where's my cards? There's a lot of nuances with the fluid P2P. I think it is extremely underrated. People don't really talk about it or use it that often. Hold on one second. I lost my train of thought. I want to go to live chat, not top chat. Let me start over. This is for the video, too. I've been setting up our fluid P2P system, and these are honestly like super underrated. I explained in my latest video that P2Ps are kind of like portals. It's like you imagine that wherever the outputs are of this input, it just instantly transmits to them. So the idea here is that we're going to have these tanks with very fast outputs. P2P tunnels actually have infinite throughput because, like I said, it's just a portal. It's just like the two blocks are touching. That is what it is. So as we upgrade to new pumps and stuff, we can pump out a ton of fluid out of that. But the temporary system is super tanks, so it's going to look really ugly for probably the next 30 hours of gameplay. But when it comes together, it's going to look awesome, I promise. Aspect of gaming, so true, Birdball. Snow. How do I deal with channels in a mod pack such as GTNH where there's a lot of stuff to automate? Yeah, it's P2Ps. P2Ps are essential in GTNH. They're a little bit confusing, but like I said, if you can break it down in your brain, it can make it a lot easier where like you have to consider that they're just portals to where they're facing. And then in my opinion, the advanced memory card makes them easier to set up, but you need to like turn your brain off with it because the advanced memory card in GTNH is overcomplicated, but it also simplifies the process because all I do now is like keep it on bind to output. I click on the thing I'm binding to and I click bind. That's all you do. And you just need to turn your brain off. You can use storage bus instead of P2Ps in interfaces. I mean, yeah, you could. So you could have like a... I'm already using storage buses for some things. That's the wrong one I clicked. For example, over here, I have a bunch of storage buses on fluid extractors. This is a way to do it. And then you can use ME fluid export buses. The problem is that the fluid export buses have a throughput limit, and also you need to put acceleration cards on them. And then you also need to, what is it? I feel like in general, export buses are just like not advised to spam. So P2Ps are like, I think they're better to spam. I think it's better for the server. I mean, time will tell, but that's what I think the another benefit of it would be. But you could totally just use like fluid storage cells and stuff. I just think it's gonna be interesting to have like giant storage tanks, and I kind of want to do it in a way that most people don't do it to try to like gauge if the off meta version has merit, you know? But yeah, you'd also throw a storage bus in all of these. I just haven't yet because I'm low on channels. But now I'm gonna be more wealthy in terms of channels because I have a lot of Certus quartz from the Certus bee. So now I'm able to more efficiently craft cables. But yeah, what is next for us? There is always a lot to do around the base, but what I want to really solve right now is the clean room problem. If we take a look over here. Power is doing really well too, by the way. This buffer is like always full. It'll probably be due for an upgrade soon. I never did the math on how much I'm making, but I'm gonna assume that it'll be a problem in the next like 20 to 30 hours of gameplay. Is it kind of laggy or just you? Let me look. I'm dropping some frames. Let me lower my bitrate a little bit, maybe. I don't know why I'm dropping frames. Actually, maybe I do know why. Closing the Riot Games client. Closing Steam. Hopefully that improves it a bit. Let's see. I could lower the bitrate very slightly too. Yeah, my connection is just straight up bad right now. Yeah, I lowered the bitrate a bit. The quality will be worse, but it should not lag. But yeah, I think that the something might have been downloading in the background. Let me know if it is still laggy or not, but the bitrate reduction should be good. It should fix it. All right. Can you brute force GTNH? I mean, not really. I think GTNH is best with careful planning. That's the way that I enjoy it the most. What I was saying is I want to solve our clean room problem. So we built a smallish clean room just to kind of get it over with. I want to build a max size clean room so I can build a lot of machines. Like we're gonna need a laser engraver with every lens, for example, and probably multiple of each of them because I'm not doing that universal single block monstrosity that Duck has. That thing looks awesome, but it is beyond me in terms of technicality. I have to study for like a month to figure that out. So in our best interest, I think the best route is to build more. It's just to build more machines. And yeah, obviously this room is running out of space. However, I want to build an entirely new clean room area. I think we're due for like a new little like quote unquote biome of the base. So I'm gonna try to build like a maybe like a airlock kind of looking door here. I'll probably do that last, and then like have this hallway lead to a pretty not like a big area, but like a medium sized area where we're gonna have a giant clean room, and then I want to have it like looking all like white and laboratory ish, and then we're gonna add plastic processing here as well. So to do that, first we gotta dig out the area, obviously, which is my least favorite part, but at least we're here to hang out and see me do it. Right. Yeah, I think it should be cool in the end. Maybe I should get the clean room stuff crafting before I do that, actually. Before I start working on it. Because I'm going to need a lot of stuff to make the max size clean room. Yeah, it's quite a bit of materials. You can unbookmark those. Yeah, let's actually put this on autocrafting first. That's going to take us a little while to do, but it's okay. So the assembler recipe is cheaper, which is the unfortunate thing, because the crafting recipe is instantaneous, but this is going to take like 15 seconds per recipe. Not the end of the world, but I'm actually not going to multiply the patterns, so I don't have extras. I'm never going to use the extras. Put it on that assembler. Does this need a liquid? What? I don't think it does. We need a concrete assembler, but actually I have a good idea of an assembler that we can use for that. Let's see what's in my bag. I need interfaces. What else do I need? Probably an export bus. I need a capacity card as well. I need to make sure I have what I need to actually do what I want to do as well, because I need calcite. I need to make a bunch of concrete, basically. Put in that one. I need to keep this honey assembler running like all the time because it takes a long time to make scented paneling. So I'm just gonna request like a ton of alvearies every once in a while. Could probably just passive it. I could do the same. I could do the same idea, like an export bus with a capacity card. Not a bad idea. Request like 6 of them. You will need wooden shovels for that. You see that craft basic cards. Those AE2 models look weird. It's probably because it's old AE2. If you're used to the newer one, the new one looks so weird to me. I should make more wooden shovels too, because they're not consumed in the craft. But it'll if I'm crafting a lot of them, it reads each recipe as actually needing the shovels. Okay. And I also need the 1Ks for this. It's probably a good opportunity to pattern all the different components that we need. They're both circuit assembler and circuit 1. I'm probably out. I'm not quite out yet. We're close to being out of slots. Thankfully, we have enough, though. I wonder how we're doing on storage. That was a clean teleport, by the way. Some of them are getting full. The majority of them have stuff in them. Could probably make a bunch more 4Ks. This forming press is tough to pattern for. I need to make another one, to be honest, because it has 3 A2 molds in it, so it's like really tough to pattern anything to work in it. What else? Next up is this layer. I can't do that because I need to... It needs to be... It could be manual lens. It's fine. I don't think it'll mess up. Nothing else is going to use a gold plate. Remember someone mentioning a random recipe taking days. There's a lot of like extruder recipes that take forever. What's the one? There's like a token or something. This is one of them takes forever. What's the other one? It's some kind of like trophy like towards the end of UHV or something? I don't really remember. Might be later now. We're not going to worry about it. I'm getting distracted from the main goal, but it is okay. This happens. I want to build this clean room really bad. Right, we have to address the forming press situation. Neutronium certificate, is that what it's called? Yeah, this is what I was thinking of. Certificate of not being a noob anymore. Yeah, this is goated. Where were my forming presses? I should have asked the pattern machine. Okay, so I mean, there's two ways to deal with this. Let's move this one over. Now we have 2 slots in all of them. Now we're thinking. Okay, now they're all usable. We have to keep this one in circuit 24. I want to leave the other one open to potentially have a circuit, so we'll do something like this. And these two are not movable right now. Now we could actually use that second interface. Okay, what else do I need? Oh, they're all stuck. How is this possibly stuck? Oh, because it's waiting on this. This one is just gonna be running for a long time. And I think that's everything. This is waiting on Certus quartz rods for like eons because I need to make a ton of them for this. All right, it's fine. We'll finish the export bus thing later. As long as it doesn't want like Certus quartz rods, we're chilling. We could also do the blank cells or whatever they're called, empty cells. Oh, what's it called? Storage cell housing, I believe. Universal storage housing. There we go. They're killing me with that. We'll put it on assembler 3. Usually assembler 3 is quite crowded because I'm passiving SMDs in this run. It's actually not. I already have a bunch made. Okay, what else is there to do? Look at the plascrete thing. Oh, we need black steel in a lot of it. I'm gonna have to work in the EBFs for a minute. I miss having the travel anchor in the middle now. I was like, oh, I never use this travel anchor, so it's time to get rid of it. This is a lot of stainless steel. Move that here for now. We need to update this. How about something like this instead? I want to be able to send patterns into it. I guess something like that. All needs to be redone, actually. We'll just delete all cable. I should have some 82 cables nearby. I also need some white cabling for a subnet. Alright, let's see what we got. New area? Aren't you guys making it? I am getting there. One step at a time. Okay, this is the cable I want to run off of for the EBF. See how crowded it is. Not bad. Where is the source of it? All the way back here. I'm gonna give this a dense cable because I'm worried about something already being shut off. Can you enchant a wrench? Probably. Even if you can't enchant something, there's ways to do it with like kind of cheaty methods. Okay, so the EBF is like back towards this direction more. We need to bring the cable down quite a bit. So let's just see where we're at. Okay. If I dig this way, I should reach a wall. We could run a cable right here, I think, and it wouldn't be too intrusive. This is so scuffed. It's gonna be like 2 stacks of cables for like literally nothing. I should just move the EBFs, honestly. I should just move them. It's that blissful sound bees or the jetpack. I think it's the jetpack what you're hearing. I like block it out at this point. There's a mod that I honestly should install that can let me mute stuff. Load varying? What is this? This cable is insane. This will work though. Like a downside to building in a place like this. I'm about to take the bound shovel to all this dirt. It is upsetting me. At this point, just move the EBFs. Too late. I'm gonna want a quad EBF, and then I'm also going to want an MEBF, but that's kind of down the line. All right, there, we're done. Okay, so I'm gonna want a subnet and then 2 storage buses. A what? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're not deep enough in the GTNH. Oh, I need quartz fiber as well. There's definitely not going to be any in here. I should just keep this in my bag. Right, but we could do other stuff. I'll just wait for that. There are more decisions to be made. Oh, this is the output line. Say this has to come back around. MEBF huge ass EBF cube. It is true. Ugly but kind of interesting multi-block. All right, so one trick. You could use circuit priority. So because 11 is in the program circuit, when 1 is in the inside circuit, it'll prioritize 11 over 1. But some recipes only use 1. We'll do that. And now we just wait for a minute. Should be good. Yeah, I'm waiting on lathes. I need like 16 HV lathes or I'm gonna go insane. Someone on the server has any MABF? A couple people do now. Soy does. I haven't seen it, but the ducklings probably do. I know that 9 and Flurban do because they exploded it by accident. I think every recipe wanting Certus quartz rods at the same time is not healthy for the crafts that I'm asking for. See what it's doing. Almost done. I need to make charged Certus rods, to be honest, instead. Something is stuck. See if I mess something up. I've been moving things around a little bit. Okay, yeah, this does not look right. This should be on 24, not 2. Hey, at least we figured it out. Is Chief Logan still playing? No, they're not playing Singularity anymore. Keep a stack of these in our backpack. Now I should be able to ask for, like, 2 stacks of dense cables, whatever I was doing. Yeah. That was the problem. Oh, someone. I wanted to export buses. I got one of them. I want capacity cards. I need an LCR for autocrafting. Why did that one charge Certus? I want to do this anyways. Why did I need to do this for the clean room build? I don't remember why I even wanted to do this. Hamcorp's still active. He's active in like our group chat, but not on the server right now. We got a little bit more storage to make us happy. Oh yeah, I was doing like it's I need a black steel. That's why. What a detour. You know, this is actually good long term because we had to do this anyways for HV, or for EV rather. Out of aluminum, that's not good. Okay. One thing at a time. I will see you, Graveburb. School tomorrow. I got work tomorrow, bro. You wouldn't know about that. What else do we need? Need polyethylene pulp. You know what? Good opportunity to make polyethylene because I probably should. My drive done? This should be able to support this. We should be chilling on storage for a little while longer. Hoping that's enough. Polyethylene should be really easy, actually. Maybe a couple P2Ps, then we should be done. I have HV energy hatchet. Not on me. Gotta get this on Autocraft soon. Is pattern expansion card gated? Yeah, it is. It's pretty painful. We can't make 16Ks because we need item processor tier 2s, which need EV assembler. I don't know how close EV is. We haven't discussed it. Most teams are getting towards the end of HV, but like there's a lot of stuff that we haven't done in this tier that we probably should be, like community builds, like the moon thing was really fun, and we need to do more stuff like that. But we're always kind of grinding progression. I mean, we'll see how it turns out in the end, but I think that people got to lock in on doing fun stuff instead. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I promise that I will get to the goal of the stream. There's a lot more doing HV than tier, so it'll be longer than MV. Yeah, I think so for sure. EV doesn't have that much comparatively, but there's still plenty to do. Hard part is, what am I gonna do to handle this? I guess we're gonna turn into ingots. I guess I'll have like a drawer of PTFE ingots or something. Like a small amount of ingots. I think that would work. We could put that in the new laboratory area. Let's see what we have downstairs, because this is where I was doing all of that. Alright, thank God that we've paid it forward and I have a bunch of stuff in here. Past me is clutching up right now. Okay, well, what'd I be missing? Nothing. Okay, we'll send it. Progression-wise, you feel like HV is short, but there's a lot of new content, especially for a series like this. Yeah. I mean, you can just blow through HV if you really want to, with like Stabaloy and just rush to getting Titanium. We could have been in EV in like 3 days if you wanted. Like, it's not really the fun way to play the game, in my opinion. Like, because then you're gonna be like without any infrastructure, and it's kind of just whack, in my opinion. I like the take it slow angle, even though we're supposed to be taking it slow. We're playing with like two different teams that have world record holders of the GTH speedruns. I feel like I'm still rushing, but like rushing in a slow and controlled way. Right, I just need this to be done, and I'll go do what I gotta do. I think once we have the stuff, this should be like an instant build, pretty much. Actually, do I have a polyethylene fluid storage yet? I don't think that I do. Wrong one. I want the advanced memory card. No, we don't yet. We can make a polyethylene tank. That's crazy, Flurvin. Am I lagging? I'm gonna relog. That was weird. There we go. The way that I'm doing this, I'm naming memory cards because I think it's a little bit confusing using the advanced card. when you have multiple inputs and outputs. I want to use regular cards for the fluid storage. You shift right click on this one, it binds it, and then I'll rename it as well just to so that it pops up in your inventory. When you scroll over, it says polyethylene, so you don't make a mistake. That is set up now. LCR is done. Let's put it by the fluid storage. I had a little area over here. Yeah, this spot right here. It's not gonna be permanent there. I have to move it like instantly. Also, the AE2 access is gonna be, we'll just put it right here. Under the roof, yeah. I want to move my plastic processing to the new room anyways. But I mean, this is gonna be here for a very short time, but it is what it is. I don't have any cells on me. We'll get to see how this is gonna work though, which is nice. That's literally everything I need. I need a turbo combustion gen. I think I have everything. It should craft very quickly. Just need to make some wires and plates. Come on, you can do it. I will also need stabaloid pipes. Oh, it's not going to do it because this is making 1 million cables. I need more circuit 24s. I need one that's just dedicated to like ME glass fiber. I needed so many of those compared to everything else. There we go. Should be a fill pipe nearby, like underneath this. I guess there isn't one in this direction. There definitely will be LCRs in this area eventually, so it's fine to do this right now. I have to shutter that once the cetane flows in. Oh, it's actually wrong. This needs to be back a block. Now it should be good. Now we need channels over here. I'll pull the red cable. Do a new P2P. This area does need a P2P. Like I said, there will be more chemical processing over here. I don't know how much, but a good amount, because universal LCRs, I guess it's doable, but I guess it is doable. I was gonna say it's probably a while away, but maybe it isn't. What are the advantage of doing fluids this way as opposed to export thingies? These fluids will have infinite throughput eventually. That's the wrong... That was the wrong interface to do that with. I will call chemicals 1, I don't really know. Alright, so we're gonna need ethylene and water. Or not water, oxygen. Okay. That'll be outputs. We should want to push into this now. So double check. I have it set up right. Oh, this is empty. That would be why that's not pushing. Yeah, so is this. That would make sense, actually. So the way we're making oxygen right now is kind of bad, but it's fine. It's this LV system of destroying SiO2. I don't want to do this. Oh, wow, it's already actually low. Oh, never mind. This is going to my other super tank. Yeah, let's just bring this over. Then we'll trade out this ethylene tank with another one. Okay. That should be good now. And then temporarily we'll just throw these on top. Like that. And I'll fix this later, because I need to up our production and also, like, have proper outputs and stuff. Okay, now we should be receiving stuff, hopefully. Oh, there, that one was working. Is ethylene set up properly? Forgot to auto output. That would also make sense. Okay, now we're chilling. Does this need a circuit? I think it's circuit 1. Yeah, it is. They should make this a ghost circuit, by the way. Pollution enabled? No. Just, like, not fun, not good for videos either. If pollution was enabled, you just make one multi-block and it deals with it. Like, extra power consumption for no reason. Alright, so this is gonna run for, like, ages, but we're gonna have a lot of polyethylene now. Okay, polyethylene is entering this one. Perfect. Alright, so what did I do that for? Honestly, I forget. Polyethylene pulp, that's why I wanted to do that. Let's make a bunch of fluid solidifiers. We're getting very close to the goal of the episode, or the goal of the stream, I promise. How about like 3 of these, probably? It's probably worth to have more than 3. Let's ask for 4. And we'll just turn everything into ingots, and if I need it in a different form, we'll make that. Because stuff like plastic should bend instantly. I do have a bender 4. We can add this recipe. Like 3, so we have 1 extra. And then if I need mold ingots later, we can grab them from that. Getting low on silicone rubber as well. There is good news though, because I want to use the polyethylene recipes with them anyways. Now that I'm making plastics and like solidifying them, we'll be able to do that. This goes to the forming press. We're not going to program this recipe. There's no reason. I need more crafting CPUs. TBH, we need more. How much EU does this stuff use? I'm going to fluid solidify this. I can't really tell. I don't know, we'll just make 4 turbos and I'll come back. Out of stainless? No, we're not. No, we're not out of stainless. I know we're not. I have a secret weapon. Entire barrel of stainless steel deploy. Almost 6,000 stainless. I don't even want to make a drawer for this, but I guess I should. Maybe we'll do a 2x2 drawer. Actually, that'd be perfect, because I don't want to do 64 stacks of all these ingots right now, but 16 sounds a lot better. And then that saves me on storage buses as well. Sometimes I have good ideas. And you just bite the bullet and make like 40 of those. Yeah, I know where to put this to. Actually, I don't even need all those turbos. We could share the turbos with this system. How about I rearrange a little bit? Albeni XD, hello, welcome. We're gaming. I need to do a pass and like add line mode directions to all my old wires. Thought I had a lot more supercon than this. Maybe Hakiba took it. Yeah, 6 amp should be good. We'll add that 6 amp for good measure. That was my boots of the meteor, don't worry about it. I gotta make new boots. Boots that don't jump scare me. Wow, we actually used all of that redstone? That's kind of insane. Hello, Jared. Glad you enjoyed that. Let's play. I think my quality is way better now. Hopefully you're enjoying this a bit more. There. I'm really surprised I used an entire 8,000 redstone, but I guess it's only 144 for each of them. Yeah, my theory here is that these will never be running at the same time, and they don't quite use a full HV amp. And then these should buffer up as well, like, pretty quickly. So we're never going to run all these machines at the same time. It'll be impossible. Okay, this is a problem, though, because the wire here is a one-side wire. Need dense cables. On the left side and the right side should get split. There, this will make it work. I need 4 fluid export buses. Or P2Ps. P2Ps are cheaper. You turn something with your boots to make it less slippery when you're flying. I like that, though. I like the momentum. It's inertia canceling. That's what it is. Hey, there's polyethylene going into here now. We'll just do a good old item conduit, I think. If I have any. Do have some. Nice. Yeah, this uses 128 EU. I had a feeling it didn't use a ton of power, so we got a little bit lucky. But yeah, this should never overamp the cable. It's literally impossible. Great things going on. We're problem solving. These are placeholder. I should actually remove these currently, because they're going to confuse me a lot in the GUI of the memory card. Yeah, eventually this will be like PVC, polytetrafluoroethylene, and probably like epoxid. But yeah, problem solved for now. We should do a drawer key on this as well. Where's my drawer key? It should be in my better backpack, not that bag. Okay, let's put some stuff away. Good for me to keep cells on me because I keep turning P2Ps into fluid P2Ps. Okay, what is next? I want to request the clean room blocks. That's what I want to do. I think we have 25 in our current clean room. We're missing aluminum. We're actually missing a lot of aluminum. Item filters, we're missing 2 stacks. Cooper nickel. I should have bookmarked all the items I was missing. So filters I could actually go and buy. Aluminum I had a route to process it. So in the bees automation, we're actually making aluminum hydroxide from ruby juice. It's turned off right now because it wasn't fully automated, but this stuff can be processed down. I mean, I could just pattern this like high key. Yeah, give me this drawer. Ruby juice is something we want to run 24/7, but I just haven't gotten around to finishing it at the moment. I gotta pattern those two things. We even go bigger than that. That'll smell like instantaneously. Yeah. This didn't need a circuit. It needs circuit 1. And then the aluminum one, there's no circuit. Okay. Should I turn on blocking mode? We'll see. We'll see. What if I request the clean room stuff now? Oh, yeah, I still need a couple more things. Do you have any advice for storage? In the beginning, spam a lot of chests, but the compartment that we had from the Binny mod was really good. These things. I think a little bit annoying to make, but a diamond compartment's not that hard to do. Gold one too. Yeah, make one of those and then put crafting stations around it and use that as your central storage, and then just make dump storage for other stuff. What does zinc do I have? A good amount. I could buy some filters too, because 9 and Flurb and sell them. I think I'll just do that because these take forever to craft for like no reason. I think we will do that. That's actually a vibe. Just go and buy them instead of crafting them right now. This recipe's gonna get changed like instantly, but it is what it is because I need to redo my circuit 24 later. Forgot my coins. One stack is 16 coins. Oh, this is old. This is an old setup. Yeah, that feels expensive, bro. I don't know about one stack for 16, bro. That's a lot. We'll autocraft it. It's okay. That was a better trade when we were rich on tofu coin. I should have a polyethylene assembler though now. If I want to do this, I gotta disable the stack limit. You can do it though. Assembler 1. Okay. This is probably gonna blow people's minds. I don't know. This is like a really weird mechanic that I don't know if people even know about, but I learned about it recently. I don't know if I need soldering wire, but so typically when you push a pattern into a single block machine, it doesn't go over one stack. It also is true with like item conduits, but if you shift right click with a soldering iron, multi-stack input on. So now it'll push in multiples of stacks in. Need zinc foil. Also need fine steel wire. Oh, the crafting plan is 23 KB, so I can't make it all at once. Okay, we'll do it a stack at a time. You assume you can only really get gold before LV. Can you get the carpenter from villager houses? I have no idea. I've never seen it there. Okay, will I get to the thing that I wanted to do? Well, the good news is I kind of did, because I wanted to get that crafting before I started. So this craft's probably going to take a while. Even still, I'll probably be doing it later in the day, too. But we're going to allow that to run. I'm going to start building the new area. This should be something that is not forgotten about. All right, about an hour of crafting. Now it's time for some building. Need to be careful with this void filter thing. It's safe to say that the dirt is not staying, so bye. Oh, of course, there are multiple hidden thirsty tanks. Could have seen that one coming. Gotta be careful with the hammer, too. So the vision is that this is gonna be like a little bit of a transition room right here. Let's block it out real quick. We'll just use sturdy blocks because I've used them a lot. I want this doorway to also lead into it. We'll go 3 blocks out from there, and then the door will be here. Yeah, it's 3 on all sides then. I want this to be kind of like a desanitation room. We'll try to build that into it and see if I could come up with something for that. And then in this area, we'll have the big room. Let's start destroying things. It's not going to be like a gigantic area, but it's going to be... Ooh, that broke a lot of garden. It's not going to be like gigantic, but I need a bunch of room. So the clean room multi-block is pretty large. So I might have to bury it in the ground a little bit. But we'll see, we'll see. Down here, I see bricks. Oh, this is bezel down here. Okay, I gotta be very careful what I do then. Bound pickaxe is not getting used for this job then. Alright, so let's try to imagine this. This here is probably gonna be a wall. Just trying to see how much room we actually play with. I think if I go down 3 more blocks, it'll be okay. This room needs to be dismantled. I don't care that we're breaking the ceiling on that one. Every time I see you mine, I get more upset. There's no method to it. You just gotta go with the flow. That's what I like to do. Sometimes that means hitting literally random blocks and looking at your second monitor. So that's what I'm doing right now. That should be good enough. Get started. This little block has to go here. Make sure you place pipes in the way that annoys Hecula. So true and goated statement. Maybe we'll go out like a little hallway like this, or like I might attracting cobblestone. Okay. Should just go out like this. Let's make a little path. And I'm gonna imagine that in this corner is gonna be plastic processing lines. Which this should be plenty of room, especially if we dig out towards this way a bit more. That's good. And then in this corner is gonna be a max size clean room. Plan this out. 15 blocks tall. Yeah, it's a 15 by 15 cube. My favorite. Let's build this with like a clean room looking block. Should be 15. Alright, you're killing me. I'm trying to do this in my head and it's interrupting me. I think that's still 15. Yeah, so we gotta dig out a little bit more. I love digging with the bound tools though. Okay. The natural landscape is quickly deteriorating around this base. Okay, problem though is that the height of this is gonna be a bit of an issue. Let's figure it out. When I'm get myself a little bit more space, and then we'll start blocking it again. So if this is 15 tall, how tall is that? Like I don't want this to have like a gigantic impression on the base. Like I want this to be as hidden as possible, if that makes sense. Which I honestly, this is not as bad as I thought it would be. That's not as bad as I thought it would be. Actually, it kind of lines up. No, it really doesn't, but it does a little bit. So what I'm imagining is like high key a shortcut into the clean room from up here, like a hidden door. It's not quite tall enough for that though. So really, it's just gonna be a wall here probably. If I lower this like 3 blocks, we'll be able to build over it. And then it's like truly hidden. I think I kind of like that idea better. Let's see. I can go down 3. I can go down 6 blocks if I wanted. 5, and then 6 blocks is the ceiling of this room, which this is a room that I hate. So you know what? Yeah, we're gonna destroy this room. Just make sure I counted correctly again. I destroyed 3 blocks, so therefore that's 15. Okay. Yeah, we can do this. We can demolish this room down here that I don't like, which never got finished because it was temporary. Everything's temporary in Greg Tech, though. Let's just finish out the rest of the axes of the... Can you use elevator blocks at a clean room? Yes, you can. I believe elevator blocks don't actually count. Like, if you put them in replace of a clean room casing, you're allowed to do that, is what I want to say. I don't know how else to say that. Okay. Get rid of all these random blocks. Yeah, Gaming Legend got it. It looks better in text than what I was saying. Yes, you can. You're correct. Anime Ninja. We got Anime Ninja and the Naruto PFP right next to each other. Yeah, you can use travel anchors too. It just depends where you have it. I like the ineffable glass a lot. Like if you have this hidden underground, because like I mean the clean room is just like ugly. Like let's be real about it. If you have your clean room hidden, elevator is a great way to get into it. This would be actually kind of neat because our clean room won't be at floor level. The clean room actually dips down a bit. Let me actually, what's the calculation of how many blocks of ineffable glass I'm allowed to have? 30% of plasticrete blocks can be replaced by other valid blocks. What's 30% of 1,000? It's about like 300. 302.7 blocks. 300 blocks of ineffable glass. I mean, it's not going to be 300. It needs to be a little bit less than that because we need room for like cable diodes and maintenance hatch and energy hatch and stuff like that. Like it's only 4 each. It's kind of stingy. What's the way to make unstable ingots stable? I forget. You need to use a crafting station, right? Oh, when you look up unstable, you get singularity coins. Honestly, the plasticrete's easier to make than the ineffable glass. Unless I look up how to do the unstable ingot. Let me look it up. Stable, unstable ingot. I mean, I guess just do it the legit way. You just do it the intended way. Not really that bad. I need to remember where my division sigils are at, though. And I know I made a lot of them. I feel like they're maybe downstairs still. Yeah, here they are. This can't go wrong. Am I not allowed to do this in the crafting station? Oh, it needs to be on the left. You shift click craft a bunch of unstable ingots in a crafting station, they don't explode. What do you mean shift click? You like just like this? Oh yeah, it's already not taking down. It's that easy. Okay. I have more diamonds than that. That's kind of weird. It like calculates them. Oh, we need a lot more glass. I need auto chisels. I want to build a whole room for auto chisels. How are we doing on these? I think we're waiting on aluminum. Oh, I never hooked this up. That would be a reason that they're not working. There's my wrench. I would need an advanced blocking card for this. I could request one. This has to go on this one. Now it should only push the recipe it wants to push. It won't over push. Right? Blocking card, advanced blocking goes on the subnet. Yeah, okay, I remembered. Okay, should be enough. The plasticrete blocks himself. This is a lot of EBFing. First, we shall create polyethylene pulp. Now, what do I have ready for black steel? I already have the frame boxes. Let's see how hard this would be to do. I do have a machine that already has concrete automated, which is over here. So can I throw an interface on this? Then I'll put an export bus on this one. This one can have it as well. This is typically an advanced cutting machine with blood inside of it. Am I paralyzing with interface P2Ps or am I using Ender.io? For now, it's Ender.io. Interface P2Ps will be like the permanent later setups. Okay, now I just need a wire to connect this to. I'll make that work. Need more cables. I may be able to turn that repeller off, but I'm not sure. Yeah. This is a assembler with blood orb and concrete. Also tell myself that it's MV. Like a type. Alright, so... Oh, it's a storage bus. My bad. Okay. Now I need an export bus. And a capacity card. I forget if I crafted that yet. No, we didn't. Oh, yeah, because it wanted me to make charge Certus. I got so distracted, man. Just gonna throw some in the macerator. Where's my macerator? Heard it. I have no calcite. I believe it needs calcite. No, this is not the right concrete. I need wet concrete. Yeah, how am I getting calcite? XP bucket crafting. You get a lot for what you put in. I can just make a bunch real quick. I know I made some work tables at some point. I don't know where they got to though. Oh, don't do that. This is a method right here. Who needs mining when I can just go do this? I don't need a lot of calcite. Let's just batch craft some. There are some like actual ways to automate calcite. I did one of them a long time ago, which is like using Natura dark wood. It's actually kind of like very effective, but I feel like you don't need that much calcite or anything. I mean, this is a valid way to passive a lot of stuff, but it's just kind of boring. Yeah. Leave some buckets in there. Now we must automate the plasticrete blocks. Okay, let that run. While all this goes, let's work on the room a little bit. Oh, it's the lab. We will, of course, be using laboratory blocks for the lab. Actually, I feel like I put a bunch on Autocraft. Let me see if I have them done. Yeah, nice. Like 10 more stacks. I mean, color palette's gonna be simple for this area. Bring in this barrel. So, enameled wall vents, the classic. This like corner will be accessible, but like not really. There'll be stuff back here, but like it's not supposed to be seen really. So I mean, we'll put a wall there for now, but later on it'll be something. $21. Yeah, it's not competing. I mean, it's kind of hidden, so whatever. There's a lot of tree roots here. Probably not a good idea to grow time wood. Hello, Maz. I'm chilling. We're building today. Now we are, at least. This tree is quite annoying. This must be grown in like the nether or something. Tree roots are a cool idea, but annoying in their implementation. Okay. I mean, there should be enough room for what I want to do, right? I don't need a gigantic area. I think it'll just be simple. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know. Let's mess with the floor. Let's see what we want to do. Checkerboard the vibe? Maybe it is. If we go with a more, even better checkerboard. I don't mind that. There's no other checkerboard floor in the base like this, so I don't mind doing something like this. And then if I don't like it later, that will be more motivation to make myself a good wand that can use the wand of equal trade, or the foci of equal trade. Maz, what I'd like to talk about right now? I'm just focusing on building right now. We were doing some chit-chatting earlier. I'm locked in. I gotta catch up. That's the thing. I always feel like I'm behind on this server because of the other people that are on it are insane. I always feel like I gotta try hard. Alright, that was a mistake turning my magnet on. I've been grinding today. Nobody else has been on like all day. I did order something new today that might increase quality of life. I noticed that I kind of wore out my armrest pads on my gaming chair already. Oh, this looks trippy. I kind of like it though. Yeah, I noticed like wore out the armrest pads already. So I've ordered like additional like comfy pads to go on it. I'm gonna hope that they improve things. This middle walkway should be a different kind of block, and then we'll have like a trim. What's a good block for a walkway? Probably something just smoother. Is this one? I've never used this one before. Ah, that looks terrible. I mean, this I think is just like smooth. No, this one's not smooth. That's like actual full blocks. Like it's too clean at that point. Throw it down, we'll break it if we don't like it. Yeah, that works. I think alright. I think it is a little bit too smooth. You can break it up a little bit. These gray ones. I think it's better. I think this like gray trim is not that great, but I'll get a spam enameled wall. Hello, aspiring engineer. You should just turn off fire spread. It makes the game better. Tree is in my way. Go up that tall, because then we could still hide the roof. Yeah, the clean room would be tucked in like perfectly then. Now, what is the roof? Good question. Just put like a black block up there. Let's just throw gel. Simple build, but a necessary one. I could craft gel at 15 actually. And this room gets hidden away forever. Never to be talked about again, hopefully. The room that hides our monstrous clean room. We're gonna need some lights. Maybe some pillars as well. Something to go on the walls, make it more interesting. How many blocks am I working with? 19. I don't know, we'll just throw something down. That doesn't work. That works. I knew intuitively that some spacing of 3 blocks would make sense there. I just didn't remember what it was. When you're building, like to run music that's from Minecraft. I'm listening to Minecraft music right now. Listening to the Tricky Trials OST. I use it in my videos a lot because I enjoy it a lot. Love these little lights, by the way. Ooh, server restart soon. Not what I wanted to see, but okay. What can I do on this wall? Ooh, same pattern kind of works. Close enough to working. And it lines up very nicely. Sometimes things just work out, like, really good. Wow, this actually... I guess I picked, like, just a god tier size of the room. I mean, yeah, this came together not bad. The ceiling is very lazy, but I'm sure Hekiba will look at it and maybe get some inspiration. That's the hope. That's the cope. All right, so then this is gonna be a whole bunch of LCRs that go in here. Is it too dark? No, it's not dark. We're good. We're good. This is not too dark. I feel like it's dark for like the vibe of like clean room laboratory things, so we're gonna add some more lighting. And when the clean room's here, I'll add some like extra stuff on the front of it, I think. Let's repair this hole in the ground. I don't know where this came from. Hey, what else can we do to this? Have I tried Fallout before? Yeah, I have actually. I think I know what you're gonna say. That looks like the Institute. No, Elsa runs your NCR. That's you just gave me a good idea by bringing that up. I could add some like little plants, like fake looking, very fake looking trees. Where it's like they obviously like felt like they needed some like token greenery, but like they didn't really try that hard. I like it. That just gave me a really good idea. Like fake looking shrubs are kind of good. a very like corporate vibe. What else do we have? Is there like a computer-ish block? Information console. Okay. I mean, I think I'm happy with this. The goal was to build something like this, and it kind of came out pretty good. Server's about to restart. I want some kind of special door here, but I don't know what to do. Either like drawbridge or I guess like a mouse store maybe. That I'll have to investigate farther. The server's about to restart, and I'm hungry anyway, so I think I'm gonna go make some spaghetti. I think that's the vibe for today. I missed one block. I will fix it before we end the stream. Yeah, hopefully Hecuba vibes with this. I just thought it'd be nice to have like a new like miniature biome, because you do know that that's all he talks about with the inspiration of the base is Hollow Knight. So I like the idea of having many color palettes within one base. It's something that's very interesting to me. I've wanted to do for a long time. So I think this is a fun addition to it, just for a one-off room. Once some LCRs get in here, I'll build them vertically. It'll look kind of cool, I think. I have 1 minute to end the stream before the server restarts. But yeah, I'm going to try to have a video edited this week, so I might grind a little bit more tonight. Actually, I'll probably do off stream if I do that. I'll just do commentary to myself. Because yeah, I want to prepare ahead of time. I'm going to be away for the weekend, so it is what it is. I think I'm happy with today's progress, though. Let's check on the crafts before we sign off. Looking good. We're waiting on aluminum. Mixer is having a time of its life, so we'll let that run. The EBF's going to be busy for a while. Office room. Yeah, it's a laboratory. I need to do a little bit more work to make it more lavish, but yeah, pretty much just a one-off room like that. Yeah, I'm about to hop off because I need food. So I will catch you guys next time. Thank you all for coming. Hope you guys had a fun time in the stream. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.